Perhaps the biggest surprise of the night here is what's unfolding in Colorado's Western Slope. No one really called this. Incumbent Republican Lauren Boebert is currently trailing in a very tight race to Democrat Adam Frisch.
Yeah, we also don't have a winner in Colorado's newest congressional district. So our numbers guy, our politics expert, Marshall Zelinger, with us now with more on those races. And the big night last night for Democrats, but people are still talking about what's in flux right now, Marshall.
Yeah, this is the newest congressional district that was, when it was drawn, was basically a 50-50. So we knew this was going to be up for grabs on election night. And right now, Yadira Caraveo, state representative, leads State Senator Barb Kirkmeyer by 2,500 votes. And I can tell you some data now based on talking with the clerks of Weld and Adams County about what remains. So let's try to do some math and break it down. This is how they try to project. But let's start with the red county of Weld, where Barb Kirkmeyer has a 58 to 38% advantage. What does this mean? Well, I talked to the Weld County clerk who tells me there's 15,000 to 20,000 votes still to count that will probably get an update at about 5 o'clock. But if the 15 to 20,000 votes, let's say, stay consistent with the 58% that Barb Kirkmeyer has received so far, so that math says she would gain about 3,000 votes. So let's remove this, go back to the total and say, hey, if she gains 3,000 votes to what she's behind now, she'll take the lead. Well, let's look at Adams. Adams County's clerk tells me there's about 35,000 votes yet to be counted that will get an update at about 5 o'clock. Again, if you do math of 35,000 votes, if Yadira Caraveo gets about 55% of those, my math says she'd gain roughly 5,000 to her total. So let's remove this again, go back to the total. Again, we start with 2,500 behind for Barb Kirkmeyer. If we move down here, you add in 3,000, you subtract the 5,000 or so that Caraveo would get, that gives you a net 2,000 more for Caraveo on top of the 2,490. So what this means is, based on my math, that I'm not a mathematician, but this is how you project things like this. You just look at the data and say, hey, if everything holds firm, based on this, Caraveo would gain another 2,000 votes to her advantage, and it would look more secure for Caraveo in Congressional District 8. Someone's going to say, Tom, you're going to ask, how about now do CD3, do the Boebert District in Congressional District 3?
Sure.
There are 29 counties.
Oh, okay.
That's a lot of math.
There's actually a third county. There's a sliver of Larimer. It's about 50-50, so we'll just go with the big counties here.
But this is not something that anyone is projecting. You're projecting numbers, but you're not projecting a winner yet.
No, and I'm just, exactly. And I'm just showing how you can look at the data and say, okay, we have a good chunk of numbers in right now. We already have 186,000 votes. So now we're looking, okay, if everything's consistent and you have 15,000 more, if we use this data to say, okay, let's going to stay along those same paths, this is how you can look ahead, but we're not projecting a winner now.
What about this, though? Can you tell us when? You said about 5 o'clock you're expecting some of these numbers to come in today, as far as 8. What about in District 3 with Adam Frisch and Lauren Boebert? Are we going to see numbers that maybe finalize that today, tonight?
I don't know about finalized, but we'll get updates throughout probably 5 o'clock, and then the county by county will decide, okay, we're going to call it a night and come back tomorrow. What I did learn, and I don't know if I ever knew this, Adams County told me this, they're going to hold back 1,000 ballots and not count them yet because over the next 8 days, overseas and military voters can still have their ballots returned and accepted even if they arrive after Election Day. That's only for military and overseas ballots. But so that when those get processed, so you maybe let's just say 5 come in. If we just only did those 5, you would know, oh, hey, those overseas voters, they went 3 for this person and 2 for this person. So they hold back 1,000, at least in Adams County, so that you still have some voter anonymity.
Right.
So there's still going to be, perhaps within a margin of difference, being held back until 8 days from now when the final count is done with those late arriving but still legal ballots from military and overseas voters.
That's super interesting. I didn't know that. That makes sense, though.
We will be learning more about District 8, though, probably in the next hour or so. Perfect.
Yeah, we'll have enough, and hopefully in your 5 o'clock you'll have that. And I anticipate some numbers changing in CD3 by 5 o'clock. Seems to be a traditional. Hey, let's do some new total. Hit that total button at 5 o'clock in every county.
Do what you do. Keep us posted. Thanks, Marshall.